Hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. In honor of upcoming Valentine's Day, I do a style of storytelling about once a quarter. It's about 4 times a year. And I think it's time again that we do this one. I want to do a touch base with what makes Virgo attractive right now to others. It kind of, depends on what behavior a character is distributing or displaying. But we start out with the Emperor. Virgo could be masculine or a feminine, doesn't matter, but they are man down, man down. Um, they are perhaps really showing up in their own world right now as empowered, as somebody that is taking charge, as somebody that is doing what they need to in their own life, as somebody fair and disciplined, as somebody that is, even if Virgo is a feminine, they still come across as somebody that's like a protector, a leader. We've got the Seven of Coins. Interesting because this is also someone who is willing to take calculated risks, willing to work hard at things, but not stagnant, not boring, not stick in the mud. But Virgo is willing to try different things. And I don't think that they're hung up on what other people think of them. We see the hear no, see no, speak no evil kind of energy. I also think Virgo's probably like not gossiping, not worried about what others are doing. Emperors rarely care what anybody else is doing. Emperors is like, you got to do you. I got to do me. I don't worry too much about where you're at, what you think is more important. I go the route that I think is important, and that's just how it's got to be. Virgo could be putting off some kind of like, they could have a unique kind of beauty also. Virgo could be someone who's exotic, tropical. I only say that because we've got the birds of paradise there, or canas. By the way, shout out to everybody who who confirmed for me that canas are bird of paradise. I appreciate that, from one of the other videos a while back. But yeah, this comes across like stable, secure. And then we bring in the Empress. Virgo's coming across with this amazing, like, very whole energy, but also like they would make an amazing partner. Anybody who sees Virgo right now can see the soft side of them, can see the nurturing side of them, can see the defensive, powerful, protective side of them, can see the fact that they have this balanced energy within them. They're not all of one thing or the other. They're somewhere in between. This says it's impossible to tell if Virgo is masculine or feminine because they are such a perfectly harmonized blend of both. This is a Virgo at their very best energy. This is somebody who walks tall. This is somebody who has a real command of themselves. Doesn't mean Virgos, has absolutely nothing in their world that they still need to work on, or that they'll still, choose to invest in or better themselves in. But let's just put it this way. Virgo is coming across to others as somebody that they don't expect Virgo to like be super erratic and fly off the handle. They don't expect this Virgo to be somebody who is like completely confused about life. Everybody sees this as this Virgo could do anything. This Virgo can take whatever life throws at them and they'll find a way to come up with an interesting plan, an interesting investment, a different way to put a spin on something and then make it work. This Virgo is, at minimum, they are a survivor. At best, they are somebody who everybody knows this person will succeed, but they'll succeed in a pretty glorious way and without losing their integrity. That is huge. That is a huge, huge, huge way to be viewed. That's beautiful. We got the Death card in the reverse. Virgo's also starting to be seen as somebody where it's like, wow, so consistent. Virgo hasn't changed. It's almost like people are recognizing Virgo's been this person for a long time. They didn't change. The world around them changes, but Virgo actually is just now starting to be really appreciated. It feels as if Virgo is a constant. They're not outdated. They're not outmoded. They're right where they're supposed to be. I think this Virgo is starting to gain like significant traction, even if they weren't looking for it. I feel like this Virgo is starting to gain significant traction in like being respected. there are, I'll always take this to a musical analogy, right? Because it's so universal and we all listen to music and we all love music. But there have always been bands who have been consistent. They've never stopped making music, and they'll like be famous for a moment, then like people almost forget about them except real fans, and real fans hold on to them, and then they come back around and they get more celebrated, and then it's like everybody goes, oh my god, you've been all these years, you've been consistently producing like the most amazing material, and you never stopped, you never went away, but somehow you weren't really in the media eye, or somehow you weren't really like someone who was like questing for fame and thirsting for it. You were just busy being a musician, and now it's come full circle, and it's like, holy hell, there have been years of hard work, dedication, and amazing output that almost got a little bit overlooked, and now it's like Virgo's time to shine. Virgo never changed. Virgo never stopped making their music. Virgo never stopped being who they are. I can think of so many bands that are like that. So many bands that like, I mean, they of course have a huge following, but they may not be in such the public eye all the time. And so when they get like rediscovered, then it's like, oh my God, this band is amazing. Where have they been? It's like they've always been there. Temperance, yeah, ever present, omnipresent. This is, I really think that this Virgo has such a huge energetic, like sense of stability, and they bring other people stability. Virgo's energy is like, I feel like they're getting the respect finally, maybe, that they have been due all this time. I feel like they maybe should have been more recognized, sought after, famous. We see artistry here as well, right? We've got maybe as Virgo is a painter, maybe they, I don't know, they work with the cosmos. So I have to say, whatever Virgo's been doing in their lives, it has been, like part of their cosmic plan. They've been doing the work that they were supposed to be doing for their life's journey, their life's output, whether a lot of people noticed or only a few noticed, or whether some people noticed and then kind of forgot about Virgo and are reconnecting to Virgo's energy. I just feel like Virgo's about to be really heavily recognized, but in the most respected way. Let me ask this for this Virgo. Tell me more about this Virgo. I'm sorry, I'm still hearing like David Byrne and Talking Heads, The Voids. Like those are bands that are like playing in my head right now, like really interesting musicians. We Are Augustines, like bands that like are so amazing, but then some of their music gets swallowed up, but it's like, oh my God, they're so incredible. We've got the Hermit upright. There's Virgo. I really feel like this is a Virgo who has always stayed true to whatever their path was. It doesn't matter if they're an artist. It doesn't matter if they're someone who just stayed true to like their own integrity with themselves as a person. It doesn't matter what industry they may have worked in. Lots of Virgos work with their hands. That's like the mantra of like little Virgos, like children, is like, mommy, I need something to do with my hands, work with clay, give them toys, give them blocks, give them things that they can do, things that they can dig in. I mean, this Virgo could be anything from an astronomer to an archaeologist. They could be somebody that, wants to hold a pencil in their hand and factor out and figure out, dimensions. I'm picturing somebody who works with maps and, is making lines and grids to connect constellations and stars. I'm picturing somebody who they want to do things that they can engage in, and that's been part of their personal, like, this feels important to me. This Virgo is very self-possessed, always has been. This is probably not anybody that's ever followed a trend. They probably are a trend setter because they constantly listen to kind of like, a voice that only they can hear. It's the voice of their own heart. And everybody's, has the voice of their own heart, but sometimes people get drowned out. Now this is interesting because, oftentimes they say, oh, Virgo can be like the overgiver. They're the really hardworking sign. They want to serve. But this Virgo has actually, in this story, they have not just like served others. They may have an altruistic idea in their mind of what they want to do, but they have served their own life path, which may also have been to help others along the way or bring something to the world. But rest assured, this Virgo has actually been listening to their own life path that might have encompassed things that would benefit others. But I don't think that this Virgo has been like, just I am only here to serve others and to please others. Like, I don't even see a people pleaser in this at all. I see a Virgo that has really journeyed in what could have been a fairly lonely journey oftentimes, because they might have been on the outside of everything. If this Virgo's been a trendsetter, it's really hard to be a trendsetter because there's no contemporaries around you. You lead the way, you crack open the door, which is damn hard to do, and then everybody else has to follow behind you. And it's not until later on that everybody's like, wow, other people can get more accolades even than Virgo did, even if Virgo was the first one who did those things. And then it takes time for it to come full circle before people go, oh my God, you actually set a trend. We've been following you. So at one time you were ostracized, nobody understood you. Then as you continued on and we followed you, then we become more visible. And then finally, one day it comes back around. It's like, wait a second, you were before everybody else. Oh, wow. So you followed no one's drum but your own. It's very awesome energy on this. It's very powerful, unique, and I can see why that would make Virgo very attractive to others. There is such a huge spark of individualism, but it really feels like Virgo is just now being seen for that talent, for that gift, for their kind of like a little bit incorruptible energy too. Like they're not going to follow somebody else. They're going to follow their own opinions, their own ideas. Ace of Pentacles sideways. This is bringing somebody would like to either have a new beginning with Virgo, talk to Virgo. I mean, this is a new beginning anyway. We slice it, but it's like, God, now that I see Virgo in this light, like they're incredible. How did I not see it before? I wish I could go back and restart everything with Virgo. I wish I could talk to them again. I wish I could meet them all over again now that I see them so differently. Somebody's got plans to try a new conversation with Virgo. I don't know that this is a lover. This could be somebody. When I say we've got plans, like literally we have maps or plans here. We've got that compass. This is somebody who would like very much. By the way, they could be in the Mediterranean somewhere. They could be in some coastal region. God, High Priestess. They would like very much to connect with Virgo. They would like very much to engage in some capacity. They feel like Virgo is like an important part of their own life. Either like Virgo has made a deep imprint on them, and at some point in time, they'd like to have a do-over because they still feel like they are supposed to be around Virgo. I don't know if this is somebody who wants more like inspiration from Virgo, or if they're just saying, I know at some point in time, I'm going to reconnect with Virgo. We have an emperor. Again, the problem is Virgo came out as an emperor and an empress. I don't know that I think that this is a lover. I think this is somebody who, I mean, maybe they're hoping to become an emperor so that then later on they could reconnect with Virgo and they would be like, see, Virgo, I'm just like you now. I'm also incorruptible. I also follow my own path. You inspired me. It took me some time maybe to see what you showed to me and realize that I wanted to become more like you, or I wanted to match your energy. There could be a potential romance on the horizon, but this is going to be still down the road. In this storyline, a person who really admires Virgo, I don't feel like this is just one person. I feel like this is many, but somebody who really admires Virgo tells a lot of, like at least for the next 3 months, they've got some more stuff that they've got to work on in themselves before they're going to be coming toward Virgo, because they do want to match. Yeah, see, we got the Devil and we got the Star. Virgo's at quite a distance from them. I do think they want to say that Virgo helped them to heal, has inspired them to like reach for better in themselves. But I don't know. This storyline was more just about Virgo, and we can see that Virgo is being noticed in a whole different light now. And that is making a nice imprint in someone else's life who maybe previously didn't have, they didn't see what Virgo was. They didn't recognize what Virgo brought to the table. And now they're realizing just how important it was that they ever met Virgo in the first place. This is like, if Virgo doesn't know that about themselves, let me backtrack for just a second and say emperors and empresses are sexy in a whole different way. They have a physical attribute that is coming from the inside of them. It is their aura. In like you can see neither one of these were like cards that were heavily, drawn to be like, even though we have faces here, you notice that there wasn't like a ton of effort put into, creating really detailed faces, right? One's in black and white. The other one isn't even fully filled in on the Empress. It's because it's not about what someone's face looks like. It's not like, oh, the perfect symmetry and they look like a model and blah, blah, blah. The beauty of an emperor or an empress is so much deeper than that. And it's about the energy that they exude. It's about their aura. They will be the sexiest people in a room, even though if you paused and just looked at them, you might say, well, I don't know what's making them so sexy. I mean, I can look at their features and be like, oh, they don't even have symmetry to their face. I personally don't understand why people think symmetry is what makes a face beautiful. I completely disagree. I have always disagreed with that. In fact, most of the classical, like beautiful, perfectly symmetrical faces, I gotta find like, not sure why I like faces that are different. That's all. We all just have our different tastes, right? But in any case, there probably won't be, like it's not about like, is the perfect ratio there? Is it a chiseled jaw? Is it an aquiline, nose or, whatever? It's probably, I mean, the Virgo could be like very perfect dimensions, but likely the thing that is making the Virgo so incredibly hot is more than that. And it's hard sometimes to put your finger on what it is that makes somebody so amazing. And it's because emperors and empresses exude this vibe of comfort in one's own skin. And that in turn, like the unapologetic, like, this is just me. I wasn't here to try to make anybody look my way. It doesn't matter who is looking, who isn't looking. I literally, it wouldn't matter if 3 billion eyes were on me or if no eyes were on me. I'd be moving the same way. I'd be talking the same way. I'd be conducting myself the exact same way. I would walk into a room and do exactly what I'm going to do. There's like a confidence, lazy, easy, comfortable. I will say, just because the mustache keeps screaming at me, it always does in this card, I'm picturing a little bit of like, not that he is not classically beautiful, of course, but Magnum PI. God, I always blank out on his name, and he's such a likable actor. I so like him so much. And he's got great like charisma also, but a very easygoing. Everybody will know already who I'm talking about, but terrific energy, calm, kind of like self-assured. That kind of energy comes across. Sorry, the mustache just makes me think so much of him. Sorry, I can't think of his name still. And it's like at the tip of my tongue. Anyway, I'm going to leave this one here, but this Virgo is extremely attractive for ways that most people will be like, I don't know. They're just like, oh my God, like people are going to be really drawn to this Virgo right now. And it's the energy that they're exuding. So, all right, I'm going to leave this here. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up. Bye.